What it do, peeps? It's the B Chef for Watch the Damn Tape. Hit that like, that share, that subscribe button. Hit that bell to get notified when I drop my next video. New subscribers, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the show. I hope you get something out of the content, and I hope you love WNBA action. Old subscribers, thank you for helping me build this platform and continue to push out this content. Let's get into this Sparks game. The Sparks traveled to Dallas to play the Wings. This is the third game, without Paige Bueckers. They kept her out again for concussion protocol. They were out Tyesha Harris again for her second game with a knee problem. That presented problems with them in Seattle. First quarter, it is sluggish, sloppy basketball on both sides. LA shot 30% in the first quarter. The Wings didn't shoot much better. I noticed in this game, Chris Kalanis went to the bench early. He had J.J. Quinley playing early. Against Seattle a few days earlier, Quinley barely played. The second unit didn't do much, but he needed somebody to facilitate the offense. So Quinley's in there early. LA has a slight lead at the end of the first quarter, 21-17. Second quarter. Now it starts to pick up a little bit. Second unit is hit and miss. They start showing flashes. You can kind of see maybe they got some practices under their belt. Hell, who knows? But they're playing a little better, and they're competing with LA. LA still has a slight lead, but it's still a close game. Azura Stevens starts cooking. Azura Stevens tried to fill out the stat sheet in this second quarter. Threes, block shots, steals. Made her presence known. I don't know, it's because she played for the Wings at one point and she was trying to show them what they're missing. But Azura Stevens really started to make her mark. Kelsey Plum was making her mark throughout the whole thing. I mean, facilitating. Her and Dearica Hamby, they got a nice thing going. That's why I say this team, once they figure it out, it's going to be fun to watch. Enrique didn't score until there was 4 minutes left in the half. And that was key. It just continues. Poor game after poor game for Enrique. Halftime is 45-40. It's still close. It's still freaking close. Third quarter starts. LA ain't playing. They call them the LA Sparks, and they sparked an 11-2 run to start the game. Enrique killed that run with a two-pointer. Remember, she only scored. Her first points was at the 4-minute mark in the second. So she scores again. Dallas goes on a little run to end it, but they only scored 15 points in the third quarter. Third quarter ends at 67-55. 67-55. And it was 45-40 at halftime. Fourth quarter, they go on a 7-0 run to start it. Segrist doesn't score her first points until 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And once again, you're like, oh, it's like a eerily similar scenario to Seattle. And then, once again, just like Seattle, Dijonai Carrington does this.
Whoa! If she would have had extensions, it would have come up.
I saw that it.
Yanked the hell out of her hair. The announcers, as much, I've watched every WNBA team, and I've listened to their play-by-play analysts who are they're employed by the team. And as much as all of these teams, they're homers, they could not hold it back on this one. You heard the guy, whoa, because he saw it. You couldn't sugarcoat this. After a week of, people talking about the flagrant foul in Seattle by Dijonai Carrington, and her trying to play the victim role and doing the ethereal plane and trying to conjure up the spirits of Wakanda with the eyes closing in Seattle, she doubles down after going on Twitter and saying, I'm not a dirty player. And you yank Sarah Ashlee Barker's hair like nobody wasn't going to see it. Damn, Dijonai. I'm like, really? I mean, this shit is crazy. But when this ended, I kind of figured out who Dijonai Carrington is, and I'm going to drop that on a later video. But they were getting their doors blown at this point. LA was having their way. They pulled all the starters, which I was glad. Because, like I said, this game was the second unit. I mean, you might as well build towards the future. Your future is now. So he had Isaiah James, Quinley on there. The only person he had that was a starter was Maddie. And she's basically a backup. So technically he had all the backups in the game. Offense flowed. They're moving the ball. Quinley scoring. Quinley played well enough to warrant more minutes. They're going to need her going forward. They need playmakers. They need people that can take somebody off the dribble and get an easy basket. One thing about the Wings, they rely too much on outside shooting. Enrique, with another terrible game, shot 40% this game. I mean, just god awful. I mean, just awful. Misha Hines Allen, 2 of 6, 4 points. Nalissa Smith with a bagel in 7 minutes. Maddie Seegers, 2 of 4, 4 points. Enrique, 4 of 10, 8 points. 8 points again. Dijonai Carrington, 5 of 12, 16, 1 of 4. The bench is where it was at this game. It was crazy. He had to get on this team, and the only people that responded was the bench players. Dearica McGowan, 17 points, 3 of 6, had 7 points. Gisholder, 5 of 9, 11 points, and she'll be leaving to go play with her home country. Kalia Charles, 3 of 9, 10 points. Isaiah James, 11 minutes, 2 of 5, 5 points. J.J. Quinley, 5 of 10, 1 of 3, 3 from the three-point line. 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 14 points, had 4 assists. The team shot 42%, perfect from the free throw line, and shot 30% from 3. Only hit 6 out of 20. This team cannot shoot threes. One of the poorest three-point shooting teams in the league. Poor. Los Angeles balled like a mofo. When I tell you they balled, they balled. Even though the Wings were killing them on the boards. Man, they were killing them. Los Angeles hooped. This is one of them games where everybody get a participation and a fun trophy. Dearica Hamby, 8 of 12, 4 of 8 from the free throw line, had 20 points and 4 rebounds. Azura Stevens balled out of control. 8 of 11, 5 of 8 from 3. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. I had 21 points. Azura Stevens was on NBA Jam mode. I mean, Azura Stevens was catching lobs. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was for the Wings. Kelsey Plum was throwing lobs. She was trying to throw lobs at everybody. If they lowered that damn rim in this league, the crowd would actually get out of the damn seats. But Kelsey Plum was she threw a lob to Dearica Hamby. She threw at least 2 to Azura Stevens. Azura Stevens is super athletic. Super athletic and sneaky fast. Sneaky fast. Rickea Jackson had a good game. 4 of 8, had 10 points, played 26 minutes. Rickea Jackson, the only thing she got to learn to play team ball. And on the side note, if I'm Kurt Miller was on the Sparks when they drafted Rickea Jackson. It sounds crazy, but somehow you need to orchestrate a trade, and you need to get Rickea Jackson to pair up with Paige Bueckers. That's all Paige needs, is a solid wing. And you can get another guard. I don't give a damn if you get Azzy Fudd next year. Get her homegirl. Get somebody that can actually put that ball in that hole on a consistent high level. Odyssey Sims balled out 7 to 15, 19 points. Like I said, Kelsey Plum, 9 assists, 4-9 from the field, had 11 points in 29 minutes. Light work. Light work. Light work. They didn't even need the bench. Cannon, 10 minutes, 4 points. Fagan got a bagel. Letu King got a bagel. Mercedes Russell got 4 points. Julie Alleman played 14 minutes. She had a bagel. Sarah Ashlee Barker should get a you went through the fire trophy for getting her damn hair yanked. She played 15 minutes. 15 minutes, got her damn hair yanked, scored 4 points. They shot 55% from the field. 55% from the field, 37 from the three, 73% from the free throw line. The 55% from the field, make no mistake, half their baskets were on dumb miscues by the wings defensively. Even Nancy Lieberman Klein kept calling it out like it was like common street basketball. It was like the Harlem Globetrotters playing a YMCA team at times. You're just looking at them like, are y'all communicating? Are y'all talking? You're still not getting back on defense. The starters weren't getting back on defense this game. The starters. That's why he had the second team playing so well. Because the starters didn't show up. Last game, it was the bench that didn't show up, kind of with the starters. This time, the starters didn't show up and the bench was playing well. He better just go ahead and start playing them rookies, playing Isaiah James, playing Quinley Moore. Let them learn to get their lumps and let them run with Paige. You need a team that can run. You need to run in this league. Getting Alyssa Smith's ass off that damn court, put McGowan in there with that size. Because when McGowan's in, she plays well, she bangs. She got height. Presents a challenge because it was too many layups. Dearica Hamby and Kelsey Plum, like I said earlier, she would feed her on a break and it would just be like, basket. She'd either make it or she got fouled. And it was like, did I just see that play or are they showing a replay? And it was like, no, that's a new play. That's how bad it was for the Wings. They got their ass whooped this game. They got thumped. Make no mistake about it. Paige Bueckers be damned. They got whooped. This was a clinic in getting your butt whooped, and the Sparks needed that win. But yeah, let's see what's next up for the Wings. Let's see who's next. I believe they got Minnesota next. Yes, Minnesota on Sunday. Man, it ain't looking good for them, man. It ain't looking good for the Wings. I just think Minnesota gonna come back down here just like the first game of the season. They gonna cook them. They gonna probably get barbecue and lemon pepper this time. But that's what's gonna happen. They serving up wings. The Wings are serving up wings. This was an interesting game. Dijonai Carrington is one dirty ass player, and she's a mental midget. She's a head case. Sorry. You a head case. That was the worst thing Kurt Miller ever did, was bring Dijonai Carrington and Alyssa Smith, who checked out on Caitlin Clark last year. You brought that same energy into your locker room in another organization. You got to be a stupid mofo. Stupid. If I'm Paige Bueckers, I'm sitting there looking on that bench like, damn. You could see it. She wanted to be in L.A. so bad. I feel so sorry for Paige Bueckers being down here in Dallas. If I'm her, I have a damn headache the rest of the season. I wouldn't even want to suit up. I force a trade. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. Until next time. Peace.